Continental Fine Treat Bistro this morning. The 40-year family-run Edmonton business is showing us what you can expect from them at this year's Taste of Edmonton Festival. And so far, we've made your popular Beyond Meat German cabbage rolls. You made that last time. What are we making this time? They're huge, first of all. But
yeah, this is one of our most popular dishes after the schnitzel, you know, and it's a traditional beef rouladen. We do make it two different styles, but today we're making it with bacon, mushrooms, sauteed onions, and the pickles. You know,
okay. So where do we start with all of this?
Yeah, well, I can just quickly just make one, you know, so just okay. So just a little bit of salt and pepper.
So what cut of beef is this that you're using?
This is the inside round, and that seems to be working the best because it holds the beef rouladen together, and we roast it for approximately 2 hours at 350 Fahrenheit. You know, so
okay.
Just make this. So this won't be perfect, but I'll try my best.
Oh, that's good. So is that just a Dijon mustard or hot mustard?
Yeah, we use a German hot mustard, but Dijon would be the equivalent of that, you know. Okay. So.
Oh, bacon! You can never go wrong with a piece of bacon.
No, that gives it the flavor, you know. And yeah, the inside round could be a little bit dry, so so the bacon actually, you know, gives it a little bit of juice. Okay. And that works quite well.
So is this a traditional recipe, or is this a family recipe? Where would this come from?
You know, this one is the traditional recipe, but we do make some changes for special orders. You know, so instead of using regular mushrooms, sometimes you use morel mushrooms, and we make a little bit more potent, flavorful sauce using morel mushrooms and some other ones as well. Okay. So just roll this up quickly.
And the pickle would add a different flavor in there too, isn't it?
Yeah, it gives. We use the Polski ogórki, you know, and because it has very nice flavor, it gives it a little bit of zestiness. The difference is it's made with kosher salt, garlic, and dill, so it's not as acidic as your typical pickle, you know. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. These are quite healthy servings. Like that's a meal.
It is, you know,
a little meal, yeah.
But you know, some of our Polish and German customers, they will ask for a second, you know. So.
Well, of course, yeah, and it's traditionally made, so I presume it's got the traditional flavor that people are looking for when they're looking for that.
Yeah, so you serve with the red cabbage, of course, and the mashed potatoes, you know. So. Okay.
Well, you're making us hungry here this morning by showing us how you're doing all of this. But tell us about your Feed the Hungry program that you have going at the restaurant. Yeah,
so this is something which we started, I think it was about five years ago, and we first started working together sometimes from Hope Mission, you know, and then Street Warriors and a couple of other groups. And then we decided to do it on our own. So usually every 2 weeks we'll go also on the street and we'll find people which maybe didn't quite make it to the other places, and we feed them with either hot soup or hot meals, you know. So
okay,
yeah.
Well, that's cool. And you opened a new patio as well. What's the experience there like?
So that's why I look the way I look because last night we had an amazing performer there, Leo Martinez, and you know, it filled up pretty well since he started singing. There was some reservations. Most of the people just walked in from the streets, and yeah, we stayed there till midnight, you know, and then of course you have to clean up till 2 o'clock.
Right.
You know, so yeah, so there was kind of a late night, early morning.
Oh, that sounds like fun. So people can come open all the time in the patio whenever your restaurant's open? Yeah.
Yes, that's right. So yeah, yesterday was our first day, but yeah, we're open as of today fully from lunch and dinner, of course.
Perfect. Okay, so we've got this rolled now. You put it in your dish. How long do we cook this? And do you cook it just plain, or is there a sauce on it?
No. So what we do is we use beef stock. Okay. You pour it all the way to the pretty well to the top or 3/4 of the pan, cover it up, and then also at 350 you bake it for approximately 2 hours. You know, you can test it, and then you know, just take it out, and then you know, everything's going to reduce, and you can make sauce out of this. So we make a mushroom creamy sauce, but we also have a dairy-free sauce version of it as well.
Okay, so it's slow and steady is how you're cooking it.
Slow and steady, yeah. Because if you're going to do it fast, it's going to become very, very hard, and otherwise it's going to be very nice and juicy. Okay. Also.
I just want to touch on one little thing. Last Saturday, you got broken into. So what happened there, and how's that going? The recovery for that?
Well, it was a little bit devastating. It was second time in just a little over a year at the same location, and so yeah, I got there around 4 o'clock and discovered that 2 of the windows were broken, and yeah, it was just the same because they didn't take very much, but the damage from the windows, it's something which we have to deal with. But I do have to say that our loyal customers came to the rescue. We got lots of support. Automatically, we got a whole bunch of takeout orders to support us, and they also came to both locations, and they did mention why they came is to support us in these tough times.
Oh, that's excellent. Because, I mean, you're doing a lot for the community, so it's nice the community gives back.
They always do. They always do. I have to say, we were very grateful. We have so many amazing people around us, that employees and customers, that I'm just very grateful for that.
That's good. Glad to hear that as well. We're going to take a quick break. We're coming back with you one last time in about 15 minutes or so, and we'll finish up your segment of the show and talk about a little more about the Taste of Edmonton as well. Stay with us. We've got news coming up right after the break.